So are we supposed to start the podcast?
All right, role reversal today. 1, 2, 3.
If you do it over your head, it's harder. Try it again.
I'm efficient.
Today, Jennifer, I want to talk about Marjorie Taylor Greene, one of the most obnoxious humans on planet Earth, male or female. Two things that really strike me about her is she's anti-LGBTQIA+, obviously. And a personal animus of mine is she posts pictures of herself doing workout videos. So, Seth, can you put up here one of her outstanding... Now, she posted this herself with this narration.
Democrats are a party of pedophiles.
They support grooming children. Even Joe Biden, the president himself, supports children being sexualized and having transgender surgeries. Sexualizing children is what pedophiles do to children.
MTG, MAGA's MVP. MTG, MAGA's MVP. MTG, MAGA's MVP. MTG, MAGA's MVP. Democrats get back. Boom! Reporters even get slapped. They're spreading all these rumors because Marjorie be spitting big facts.
She's a nut, first of all, posting herself deadlifting on the internet. She thinks BLM is going to get rid of all white people, that their target is to make it a completely black nation, the United States.
I want to say something about the video. And here's the thing. I do not want to hear one more Republican talk about sex crimes against children until they address the church scandals. Name a denomination. There is sexual crimes against children for decades and a cover-up. Every single sect of Christianity in the country has this. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it until you talk about that. So I would listen to her if she would present facts about maybe the Southern Baptist Church, the Nazarenes, the Catholics. Well, of course, but they won't.
No,
they won't.
No.
She acts like, it's like Nancy Pelosi and Bernie Sanders that are out there molesting kids, which is absolutely not the case.
Well, here's the thing with Marge. She doesn't have, facts do not get in the way of her rhetoric at all, ever. I mean, she's the least fact-based person besides DJT. Okay, here's another thing I love about her. She thinks that transgender care is pedophilia, full stop. She wants to ban pride flags. Her colleague next door to her at the United States House of Representatives has a transgender daughter. So she flies a transgender flag outside of her office. So this is what March so proudly did, that there are only two gender, male and female. That's the science. Someone who objected to COVID masks, who thinks monkeypox and COVID are a complete scam, is now going to trust the science. Where's her Facebook doctor with the science is what I want to know. I mean, it's amazing to me that she continues to be reelected.
Yeah, but again, you've got this dumbed down electorate, that there is a larger plan at play to keep the general public dumbed down, to keep electing. Now that, the politicians are getting dumber and dumber.
Right.
And then these rural areas are so neglected.
They're so neglected. And she's a fear monger. LGBTQIA people, they're going to take over the world. They're all pedophiles, those kind of like.
I think it was Shakespeare in Macbeth that said, thou doth protest too much, wasn't it?
It does. Which brings me to the point that Marjorie, our dear Marjorie, she's been banned from Twitter. She was stripped of all her committee assignments in 2020. She's been kicked out of the Federalist Caucus in the United States House of Representatives, which that's hard to do.
Right.
Because, they're the biggest right-winger nutballs on the planet. But we're talking here about someone that's full on QAnon.
Right.
Like she believes in Pizzagate. Right. She believes in all that shit. In addition, this is the person that claims the moral high ground. Okay. So in a committee meeting, she takes pictures from Hunter Biden's laptop, which is the only thing they've ever found on him is nudies when he was on drugs, and brings them to the United States Senate to say on what a horrible person Joe Biden is. Which, do you see Joe Biden in here?
I don't. I do not see him.
No, it's Hunter Biden, his son, who's never had a public office. But she's the one that wants to talk about pedophilia and sex and how sexualized everything is, how Democrats are all pedophiles. I mean, she'll just make blanket statements like that. But yet she's the only person in the history of the U.S. Congress to show nudies at a congressional hearing.
But here's the thing. That's one of the Republicans' default setting is to always go to sex because their electorate has been taught that sex is bad. And they forget that long before their religion or their political party existed, sex was going on, both gay and straight,
Right.
and maybe menages and all sorts of things. And so, but that's the one thing that religion really shames is sex. And we're all hardwired to do it. And like everybody else has kind of gotten past it. I mean, Hunter Biden was a drug addict, and a lot of drug addicts do a lot of stupid stuff when they're using drugs. But I know a lot of people that do that sober.
Stone cold sober.
One of them would be the Moms for Liberty, Bridget Ziegler,
Right.
Kitten Hill's BFF. And so, I mean, this is just, but there are these little, like Bible study suburban women, and they see that and they get all riled up. But it's amazing to me because they've got an addict or an alcoholic in their family. The attacking addiction like this, and I guess the people that watch it don't realize, oh, that could be, Uncle Bob or my child. It's really, they're just so morally bankrupt that this is their big thing is Hunter Biden's laptop. And poor Hunter Biden.
Poor Hunter Biden.
That would be really difficult to maintain and sustain sobriety with these nutballs.
Yeah, in the face of all of this.
Yeah.
Interesting you brought up sex and how sex is such a buzzword for the Republicans and particularly Marjorie, because Marjorie's husband filed for divorce. And guess what? It turns out Marjorie was having a lot of sex outside of her marriage.
Oh.
Not only with other men, but with I'm not going to say this right, tantric sex guru.
Uh-huh.
That was one of her love interests. So the person on the moral high ground that thinks everybody's a pedophile,
Uh-huh.
that thinks U.S. history should be abject of any actual history because it's racism and talks about gay people in history. She is out there having all kinds of sexcapades. God only knows what she was doing with the sex guru. Now she's got a right-wing radio host boyfriend, which I think that makes them the perfect couple.
My thing is, I really don't care.
I don't care, except she's constantly talking about it.
I don't care that Marjorie has sex. I don't care that Hunter Biden had sex.
I don't either.
I don't care that Bridget likes to scissor with other Moms for Liberty women.
Right.
I don't give a shit about that. What I care about is the hypocrisy. These people act like they're freezing cold up on the moral high ground and everybody's got to bring them an electric blanket.
Right.
And I've had it with that. This is the party of control, particularly surrounding sex, but yet they're having all this crazy sex. And you know what? It's a free country.
Right.
Screw away for all I care. But it's just, can we not move past trying to legislate sex? But it seems like they're hunkering down. And I don't know. I think it is like, if you look at the modern era, religion is dropping.
Yes.
Every decade it's dropping. And this is like this last cling on. And as a country, can we survive it? Because this Christian nationalist, black and white thinkers, they're just going to pile on and cling on to power as long as they can. So hopefully everybody in this country realizes what a threat these people are to democracy, what hypocrites they are, and how all of their policies are garbage. Every single idea and policy that they have is garbage. It totally is.
No, it doesn't make people's lives better. And I've never, in all the articles I've read about Marjorie Taylor Greene, all the posts on social media, all of the fuckery that she does in the United States Congress, never once have I heard of a policy that she's for. She's just for chaos and hate. That really is her firebrand, is hate.
And you know what? It's amazing. Like, you think about, Donald Trump will say, oh, the world's laughing at us. I'm like, oh, they're laughing at you, but whatever. I guess, a lot of Americans have never even left their state, much less the country. I mean, and you see a politician like her, and you're like a person that lives in the UK or France, you would think these people are morons.
Right. What the fuck is wrong with them?
I mean, these people elected this person. And I mean, wasn't she like the Jewish space laser?
Yes, she was. California wildfires were started by a Jewish
And I
space
guarantee
laser.
you she'll continue to get elected again and again, because you're looking at rural Georgia, and this is where they probably have Republicans running everything. So the general population is not very bright, because education is probably piss poor, because I believe Republicans want it that way. They want a dumbed down electorate so they can continue to ramrod these half-brained, harebrained ideas so that, the very, very top can benefit while everybody else they just terrorize and scare the shit out of to vote for them.
Right. And that's a particular point I was going to make. I'm glad you brought that up. Marjorie Taylor Greene, despite being as dumb as a box of hot rocks, has inherited money from her father and his company. So she's a multimillionaire. So you can tell she's really interested in helping poor people.
Right. And she's a big Bible thumper, isn't she?
Of course. I'm sure Jesus told her to do all this. Hate people, Jewish space lasers, hate brown and black people. I mean, I'm sure that's her fallback.
I think the thing is we have to look at what infected these people with this illness. And I think it's a combination of religion and Fox News.
Right. I think she's dumb on top of everything else. Yeah. I mean, it's pretty obvious. Yeah.
She's ambitious, and that's the danger. These dumb, ambitious people.
They are a danger. And what did George Johnson say? They can organize. And she clearly can organize and get people behind her.
Yeah.
Sadly.
Yeah. And she knows, from the Trump playbook, she knows to, be outrageous.
And fear-mongering.
Mm-hmm.
Everything terrible is going to happen if, you have a gay pride flag. World's going to go to hell in a handbasket.
I've had it.
You're so right.
Marjorie Taylor Greene sucks.
She sucks.
She's an embarrassment.
She's an embarrassment. She is the gift that keeps on giving.
Not only to this country, but to our species.
Yes.
All right. That's all we have. We have a podcast called I've Had It on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we'll see you when we feel like it.
I'll tell you what I've had it with.